I'm Donato Finelli. I'm a mental training and peak performance specialist from Capex Consulting. I'm here today with Figured Out Baseball to tell you about one of the mental fundamentals, self-talk. So I would say that the number one concern that the athletes that I work with has is based on their confidence. Now, broadly speaking, our confidence really comes from two sources, our work ethic and our self-talk. First and foremost, if you want to feel confident, then you've got to be working hard. You have to establish a relentless work ethic in order to feel confident. If you're not giving your best effort at all times, if you're not spending extra time practicing, training, and preparing, if you're not exercising and working out on your own when there's no one around to watch, then quite frankly, you have no business feeling confident to begin with. Confidence starts with your work ethic. Once you establish that relentless work ethic, the next key to improving your confidence is improving your self-talk. So, self-talk is that internal conversation that you have with yourself. It's not necessarily the things that you're saying out loud, it's the things that you're saying to yourself, about yourself. Now, it's very common for us to be having these internal conversations in our mind. Really, it's just the way our brains are sort of hardwired. We're constantly analyzing, evaluating, judging, and forming opinions based on the circumstances that we're in. Sometimes that chatter is really loud, sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's really positive and helpful, sometimes it's negative and unhelpful. So let's take a look at how our self-talk impacts our performance. So first, you have a thought, and that thought leads to a certain feeling or emotion, and those feelings and emotions influences your behaviors. So let's create a scenario here and see how our self-talk impacts our performance in that scenario. So let's say it's a big game, it's a close game, it's late in the game, and you're stepping up to the plate for a really important clutch at bat. If you're stepping up to the plate for that really clutch important at bat and you're using negative self-talk, you're saying things like, I'm not good enough. I can't come through in the clutch. I'm going to choke. Well, if you're saying things like, I can't do this, I'm going to choke, how do you think you're going to feel? Well, probably stressed, maybe anxious, probably really tense and tight. And so if you're feeling really stressed and tense and tight, it's going to be really hard to be able to perform your best. If you're feeling so stressed and tight, you're probably going to be timid. Maybe you don't swing at your pitch. Maybe you lose your composure. Now, let's take that same exact scenario. It's a big game, it's a close game, it's late in the game, and you're stepping up to the plate for a really important clutch at bat. But instead of using negative self-talk, you use positive self-talk. You're saying things like, I got this, I can do this, take it one pitch at a time. And so if you're saying things like, I got this, take it one pitch at a time, how are you going to feel? Probably excited, optimistic, more relaxed. And so if you're feeling excited, optimistic, and relaxed, you're going to be able to perform better. You're going to be smart and aggressive. You're going to be focused on the present moment. You're going to have more fun, too. It's the exact same scenario here. It's a big game, it's a close game, it's late in the game, and you're stepping up to the plate for a really important clutch at bat. In one instance, you were timid, you lost your composure, but in the other instance, you were having fun, playing aggressive, and playing your game. The scenario is the same, what changes is your self-talk. Negative self-talk leads to unhelpful feelings and emotions, and those unhelpful feelings and emotions influences a poor performance. Positive self-talk leads to helpful feelings and emotions, and those helpful feelings and emotions influences a better performance. One of the things that's most important about our self-talk is that we want to put it in terms of what we do want to do, not what we don't want to do or what we're trying to avoid. So let's try something real quick. Don't think of the color red. Whatever you do, don't think of red. Don't think of red. Don't think of red. What's the first thing that pops into your mind? The color red. Well, why is that? So our brains don't actually really know the difference between do and don't. So when you're saying to yourself something like, don't think of red, don't think of red, don't think of red, all your brain hears is think of red, think of red, think of red. If you're out in the field and there's a ball coming to you, and you're saying to yourself something like, don't miss it, don't miss it, don't miss it, all your brain is hearing is miss it, miss it, miss it. We always want to put our self-talk in terms of what we do want to do, not what we don't want to do. So instead of saying to yourself something like, don't think of red, don't think of red, say to yourself something like, think of blue, think of blue. If you're a fielder and the ball's coming to you, rather than saying like, don't miss it, don't miss it, don't miss it, say to yourself something like, see it into the glove, see the ball into the glove. If you're a pitcher, rather than, as you're getting set, rather than saying something like, don't throw a ball, don't throw a ball, don't throw a ball, say something like, throw a strike, or hit my spot, hit my spot. If you're a hitter stepping up to the plate, rather than saying something like, don't strike out, don't strike out, don't strike out, say something like, see the ball, or wait for my pitch. So we always want to put our self-talk in terms of what we do want to do. Now, when we talk about using positive self-talk, it's not about the glass being half full or half empty. It's about knowing that you have what it takes to fill the glass all the way up to the top, so let's focus on what we need to do to get the job done. Using positive self-talk means saying things like, I got this, we can do this, take it one pitch at a time, play your game. Again, I'm Donato Finelli. That was Mental Fundamentals Self-Talk. For some more information on mental skills training, be sure to check out our website at www.capexconsulting.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Donato_Finelli. And also don't forget to check out my next video called Mental Fundamentals Focus.